Alright guys, so today we are going to be trying out Scarlita here. So this is my PTR account and I did bought her like a while ago. It's just that I don't know, for whatever reason I kind of stopped using her. I guess I just have other characters that are more maxed out in a way, so I kind of prioritize those rather than her. But it's not to say that she's a bad character. I just want to make that clear. She is a very good character. We should go over her detail real quick. I only have one copy of her, so we are not going to have the luxury to take a look at her legendary, mystic, or supreme. So let's actually start out with her skill and then we'll jump back into the ultimate. So the sanctify verdict. So when the battle starts, Scarlita is gonna jump into the back line. She's gonna hover in mid-air and then she is gonna be invisible, so she cannot be targeted. So that's actually really good on her, so very nice. And then she does recover 40 energy per second, and then increasing attack until the end of the battle. So 40 and then 2% right there. And then 15 seconds into the battle, or when there are only 2 allies on your side, only 2 left besides her, she descends into the front line and then she smashed into the ground, landing and dealing 200% damage into the enemies within 2000, knocking them into the air and then stunning them. So that's the key word right there. She stuns. That's perfect. She knocks them back and stun. Powerful effects. And then once you do level her up, that is talking about like this level, like your overall resident level, she does gains more. So what does she do after that now? She's able to now so from 40 she jumps up to 150, so that's pretty nice. And then the extra attacks from 2 to 50%. That is a massive jump. Okay, sure, we'll take that. And then the Valkyrie Spirit, so this is kind of like her healing support right there. She actually sends one of the weakest ally on her team into while she's in air. So this is only for like a very short duration, but essentially she is able to grant them a shield equal to 15% or Scarlita's max HP for 3 seconds. So that's actually pretty good when one of your allies is in a very dire situation. You can get that heal off right there. So that's actually, or not a heal but a shield. So that's actually going to be pretty good. And then every time Scarlita wields her axe while descending onto the battlefield, she deals 135% damage to the enemy within a 2-tile axle and knocking them back. This skill increased by 10% for each surviving ally. So the more ally you have on the team, the more she's able to do more damage. So that's kind of what she kind of does, kind of like her characteristic right there. So we have that. Jumping back into the ultimate so that you guys can see that animation is just a grand slam right there, baby. And then in terms of the ultimate, this is a divine quack, so she smashes into the ground in a specific direction. So when reading that, it's definitely more of like a ultimate that you would presumably want to activate on your end, because you can definitely target what area you feel like on that situation is that at its most critical point you need that, because she is able to stun the enemy, so keep that in mind. So do you use this at I guess cautiously, or you know, you could definitely turn things around with her, right? So that's definitely something to kind of keep that in mind. And then she also does increase that damage with the amount of surviving allies, so that's kind of like a gimmick that you see from the ultimate, and then even on the one of her skill. I'm not going to spend too much time taking a look at the other skill because we cannot even take advantage of that, so there isn't really a point of me to even talk about them because we just cannot use them, right? So we will just kind of skip them for the time being. So Supreme Plus, she is more support, so that's crazy. I don't even know how long it would take me to max her out. I think it was definitely going to be a very long time, but without any further ado, let's just gonna hop into probably Dream Run first, and then we will go into let's say Arena. I think Arena is probably going to be her best situation to kind of shine at the moment, but we'll see how she would do. Alright, so we are fighting Skyclops today, so this is going to be the setup. So I'm just going to be using a full Molo team because we need, you know, in terms of what Skyclops does, he does kind of, or this boss does kind of. Alright, so we are fighting Skyclops today. So the reason why I'm using these specific characters, because this boss does like to summon some minions for him. So we want to make sure we have attacks that can do some AoE damage. So I went for Broas because he's obviously in terms of the ultimate being able to do some AoE spin, so that's why we want that. Rai is actually pretty good because Rai is also able to do some AoE attack via the ultimate, so we will definitely try to take advantage of that. And then Odie is obviously just Odie, he's good regardless, right? And then for Scarlita, I'm just gonna put her up front. It really doesn't matter where I want to place her because she's definitely more, yeah, range 1, so I definitely want to be up front like that. Module wise, or the artifacts, I think we're just gonna go with the Star Shred spell, because I don't really think there's one that specifically works for her, unless we do go for, let's say, we can go for like the Iron War spell, but she does not really, I guess we can definitely use that. Sure, let's just use her so we can kind of boost her max capability, because she's going to be in the front anyways. So let's just kind of do that real quick. So she should be receiving those buffs, right? So for the first 15 seconds, she is going to be up in the air, right? So I think after that 15-second mark, she is going to descend. And the one thing I do want to note, don't expect her damage to be anything spectacular, just because I feel like in terms of this situation, she's not really going to be like, oh, performing like spectacular. So I just want to point that out real quick, right? So far we are doing pretty nice. I definitely should have put Smokey a little bit more forward, so we could have potentially get Broas some healing as well. So you guys can see Broas is taking way too much damage, man. Yeah, that's definitely my fault, right? I just didn't get the right position on him, but nonetheless, so far we are doing pretty good, right? Definitely pretty good. Those AoE attacks are from Rise. It's alright. It's not like, I know it's not like the best one to use, but I think it's definitely something to have. And that you guys can see that Scarlita did provide the shield to Broas. Unfortunately, we just couldn't take advantage of all of it, right? So that is going to be where we end up. So 66 HP bar that we were able to take down. So let's kind of see what we were able to do here. So not much, all right? I wasn't expecting anything much, because obviously Odie is the one that's doing a lot of the damage, but I think otherwise we got the shield going on. So it's kind of hard for me to see as far as like, did she really provide any of the shielding for Broas, but we definitely did see she did, right? So I think now we can hop into arena, and then let's kind of see how she will do in there. Alright, so first arena match. So this is going to be the team that I'm using with our Scarlita. So I do want to take advantage of our Carolina, because she is also able to take enemy into control effects with her ultimate. So I'm gonna try to use that. So that should be a fun little gimmick that we are doing. I know there's definitely some other character that can apply stun as well, or something like that nature, or control effects, but I'm not gonna delve into that in today's video. I'm simply using the team. So great porn, and then we have Haywan for the healing. So what I actually did, let's actually turn this to 1x speed. I was trying to use like the actual ultimate by ourselves, because we want to just cast the ultimate in like an area where the enemy is mostly crowded, so we can stun them and whatnot. It looks like I didn't get the right setting, so in the next match I will do that so we can take advantage of that. Bam. Oh my gosh, she's stunned. Let's go. Yeah, she's pretty powerful in that regards to stunning them. So it's like what I really want to do. What I really want to do was to stun Cecilia and their end, so we could have, you know, potentially took her out a little bit sooner. But I think it still worked out pretty nice, right? So alright, I think that should be, yep, that's it. So I'm definitely gonna go into the setting and kind of tweak things up a little bit, because I really wanted to activate the ultimate on our end. So far, hey, she didn't do that bad. So arena wise, she's definitely gonna be a way for her to definitely shine. Alright, so on to the next match. So in terms of the enemy team, they do have Vala. So Vala does target, let's say, Scarlita here, but she's going to be in the air for that 15 seconds. So she's pretty much going to be immune, so no stunning for her. So I think this time around, I definitely should have the... Come on, bro. Do I not... Does this not let you do... whatchamacallit, like AO, like auto, like manual EX skill or the ultimate? Excuse me, what's going on here? I guess it does not, huh? That's kind of strange. I gotta check it out. Like, I feel like this arena not lets you manually cast. Oh, we got the stun right there. That's kind of a heavy attack on them. But it doesn't look like we were able to take down Granny though. Oh, we did get the stun though. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. I think that's gonna be a wrap right there. Yep. That's a wrap. GG. All right. Let's kind of see what we did. All right. So it wasn't the best, right? Because I don't think Scarlita did damage in this match, so except for just that one Grand Slam, and that was it. She didn't do much in this one. Alright, so gonna go with the setup. So I think this time around I'm not really going for like a healer at all. I'm just gonna use Vala so we can start sniping off some people. Their team just looks pretty formidable, right? I'm not even gonna cap that at all. So let's just gonna see what we can do. Alright, so no healer is definitely pretty scary for sure. Alright, Carolina already died. Okay, we got the stun right on time, but we really did all the damage already. So Scarlita was definitely, want to say, she did not do much at all. No, she did not. Yeah, she barely did the last Grand Slam just for show. Pretty much Vala was the only one that's kind of doing all the damage for us over here. So I'll make this one the last one, and then we are gonna see how we can fare against the enemy team. So looks pretty scary because we do have an Edgar, so he's gonna be a huge problem. So we do have Rowan, so Rowan's probably a problem as well. And then Odie, yeah, definitely looking like a hot mess there. So I think it should be fine. Like I could definitely take out Cecilia to put in Viola, because I know Viola is probably at the moment a little bit of a secure spot for her to use, because she can at least snipe up someone on their back end. So I think I'll just go with that actually, just to be on a safe side, right? Because I'm not really using like a designated healer, so we are prone to just, you know, potentially die, right? So it's just for my insurance purposes, so we have that. Okay. So Mr. Coraline is already out, and then we did get the stun right there. So I don't know if it's a little bit too late, probably a little bit too late. We are pretty much low on health, so let's kind of see. Yeah, she already died, and then we do see Edgar right there is definitely pretty annoying, and that was a close match. Yeah, that was a huge close match. So okay, so she did not even do much. I think it was too late, because let's face it, because when you are trying to construct a team for Scarlita, you got to make sure that by the time she should finish her duration in the air, whatever, that the allies are still there. So I think we were definitely a little bit too late on our end. We just didn't have a more competent team that she could really feed off from. But I'm just gonna include this one because it kind of shows that you do need a really cohesive team to make her work. So I feel like overall she's good, but at the same time you really do need to know how to make a good team to play around her. If not, you are definitely going to be punished severely. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it. I think overall we did get a pretty nice showcasing of her. If you do combo her off nicely with some, you know, stun wise, she could look pretty fun in a team, right? But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.